And welcome to another session of Sunday Setups. I'm your host, Cavell, joined with me by the main man, Jay.
How you doing, my bro?
Today, we're going to go through some setups, take you guys through what we're looking at on the week ahead. But first and foremost, before we get started, be sure if you haven't already to check out litcapital.co.uk. We've got some amazing new features on the website, but also very easy for you guys to get started in the trading world by clicking on the Naga icon beneath to start trading and get funded with a demo or live account in just under 5 minutes. Now, with that being said, we're looking at the week ahead and we haven't really got too much happening inside of this week coming up. We've got GDP on Thursday combined with CPI on Friday. But what we are looking at, of course, is the volatility the pound is going to create as we can potentially see some unexpected news coming out from the Bank of England or from Boris Johnson. So with that being said, we have a look at the charts, and what we're looking at, what we have been anticipating was that push downwards from the DXY, and of course we've seen that. But now what we are looking at is pretty much a bullish momentum now to the upside to clear the equal highs, to finally break that 100-point stuck and really show us how strong the dollar can be. And we're not expecting the dollar to be strong long term, but at the moment, of course, when we're looking at currencies, who will in favor of being bullish over bearish, it would definitely be the dollar being bullish over the pound, for sure. Before I go any further, of course, the other thing we're also paying attention to is the fact that with the dollar, there is news coming out that we've just highlighted, which was GDP on Thursday, that can potentially push the dollar back down or up, of course, but ultimately, the U.S.A. are trying to get their country back into an up and running economy state that's reformed. Donald Trump has come out and he's announced that he's putting them into he's putting places of worship back up and running. So they're really trying to get their economy moving. So we are expecting to see the dollar have a bullish week. Moving on, Euro NZD, a really nice trade we caught last week that was sent out in the community. Over 180 pips with this one. We caught two nice entries, a sniper entry on the retest. We're looking for price to come lower. We had nearly our take profit 2 on the first trade. On our second trade. Our take profit 2 has already been hit from our first, but we do want to see the euro continue to come lower. We can see here that we've had a new low combined with the pullback. So now, of course, we're wanting to see the euro come lower around the 62, if not lower, so that we can catch a nice buy. But we are still holding the euro NZD shorts. So we'll see what we can get out this week ahead. And then we move on to AUD USD. It's been a really nice buy for us. We've held this swing. If you guys haven't, or if you don't check the US 30, if you don't trade indices, then fair enough. But if you do, it's very, very good to check the US 30, the S&P 500, and then compare those, the NASDAQ, compare them to AUD USD. You'll find a lot of similarities. Ideally, if you're not already in a buy, then we would suggest you guys waiting for price to come as low as around the 64 mark so that you can go long. It does look very bullish for us, but at the same time, there's a lot of equal lows beneath. And not only with that being said, but, we can't expect the dollar to rise and AU to rise as well. So if the dollar rises, then we're going to see AU come a lot lower. And of course, vice versa, if the dollar tanks, then we're going to see AU go a lot higher. So, we'd like to see this go higher, but we're anticipating a move to the downside first. And that move can either come to sweep these lows that we see around here, which, for us, the better. The deeper the retracement, the better it is. If the market can come as low as 0.62, that would be great. But ideally, from what we're seeing here, which is a continuation of higher highs and no high and higher lows, we'd be looking to see if the market can continue to push higher. Last pair from me, we'll go over GA. GA, again, very similar. I should have went over GN, but GA is quite a nice pair. We've seen and we're paying attention to the point that we've had no retracement since this massive move to the downside. We've got an institutional level here, which, we could have potentially went short from. I know a few of our students were able to catch this short inside of here, but if we can get a proper retracement, back up to this institutional level here would be sufficient. If not, of course, a bit higher. But this is a big move. It's a big pullback. It's over 400 pips. So ideally, the high time frames are showing us, and we said this on a few Sunday setup sessions ago, that we was in favor of the pound to come lower, G8 to come lower. And through that being said, we just really want to see now if we can get a retracement to continue coming short. And if that's not the case, then of course we just want GA to continue coming lower in and around these areas before we'd be looking for price to potentially reverse. So that's my pairs done. Over to you, Jay.
Appreciate you, bro.
No worries.
Welcome, guys. Yeah, just going to pick up where Cavell left off with some of the pairs I'm currently looking at. Starting with pound USD. So we are hoping for bearishness on the pound, as it has been showing. So currently sitting in some sells from towards the end of Friday session for the short. So if we just go over to the daily, I am anticipating this daily imbalance to be filled for this area. So price, to me, it should at least try and test this low around the 12800 level, which is a substantial move already considering the entries we have. So there are a lot of reasons for it to go to the downside in terms of just finishing the retracement, and price action just showing us that it's created a lower high. Hopefully we get a lower low and it's moved down on the daily. So definitely watch out for that. We'll be updating with that, but we do hope to maybe gain another entry on this. But there's nothing in this area showing us that we could get a movement for a buy as such. So do hope to see price test this area and continue down lower. And yeah, as you can see, the areas that I've had marked from this region, showing signs as well that it will continue down. So with that being said, we'll move on to Euro USD. Pretty similar as well in that regard, although I do have one thing lower that we can see maybe some type of pushback up from. So also in sales from this, and there's a lot of imbalance on the 4 hour as well. If we go over to the daily, we have seen a lot of liquidity build on both sides in regards to it ranging. It's pretty similar to the DXY in regards to the range. So if we are hoping for DXY bullishness, we are hoping to see Euro USD do come to lower areas. So if we go to the 4 hour, hoping to see what price does at the 108,500 level and the 108,300 level. If we can breach that, if we can breach this area, then we could consider this big liquidity pool and this big liquidity pool being taken out as well. So definitely keep up to date with that. And last but not least, I'm going to take you guys over to gold, where I'm expecting some bullishness overall, although we did get a test from this area on the 4 hour. We didn't actually get the push up, so maybe it comes and tries to test this area again. It could test lower areas as well in regards to this green area we have, seeing as we would have had a lot of stop losses and a lot of liquidity building under here. So we'll wait to see for that one. But overall, we are bullish with this, and we are hoping to see new highs made going into June, for sure. Price is at 1800. On the weekly, there are targets there, but let's see what price is showing us at the opening. So with that being said, gonna wrap it up there, guys. Be sure, if you are not in the Discord, be sure to reach out to us via email or via social media in order to gain access for that, and we'll give you a way for you to actually get in touch with us, man, because we're growing a great community. I hope everyone's enjoying the setups that we're giving out for free, as well as our copy trading channel, which is going great. If you are interested in that as well, be sure to head to our website where you can wrap up and lock in with our services that we do provide.
They can also get access to the Discord on the website as well.
Of course, yeah, exactly. So just need a few details from you guys, but yeah, we'd love to have you in our community and providing value and input on all fronts, man. So with that being said, let's all have a great trading week, and remember,
Every day is money day. Peace.